If you're a Virgin Galactic investor, you need to watch this video. The stock is down 17% over the last month, 40% in the last 3 months, and since February highs, I was just short of 100% up, and I am now 14% down. So what next for those of us still invested into Virgin Galactic? Well, I honestly believe that this holding could generate some of the biggest returns in my entire portfolio in the long run. And in this video, I'm going to look at why. But first of all, we need to understand why has the stock crashed so much. There's a couple of reasons. Firstly, on the Monday after Branson's successful test flight, he decided to pull out $500 million worth of stock. Now, any business in the world where the owner pulls out $500 million worth of stock is going to have an impact on the stock price. And in this instance, it was a 25% decline. So why did he take the money out then? Is it because he no longer believes in the business? No, not in the slightest. He took it out because the stock price peaked post a successful test flight. He knew it was the highest it was going to get for a while, and he wanted to release the cash to support the other areas, the other businesses that he has within his portfolio that were severely hit hard by the pandemic. It was as simple as that. It was a business decision. It was not because he no longer believed in the business, and you only have to read his book to get an understanding of why that is. This one here, which I highly recommend, and I'll put a link to it below for anyone who's interested. So you only have to read this book to get an understanding that this guy is an adventurer. This is what he loves to do. This is his passion. He has been working on this business for decades, and I believe, actually, honestly, that he sees it as one of his biggest legacies. And this is a long-term play. Space travel is not easy, and up until recently, Branson has been leading the way. And that brings me on to the second reason that I believe the stock has declined, and that is because the other new generation of billionaires have joined the party. Big boy Bezos and party boy Musk have started to catch up with Virgin Galactic. The PR associated with Bezos sending Shatner up to space alone was enough. If it had been a publicly listed business, it'd probably add about 30% to the stock price. It was an awesome piece of PR, if I'm honest. And Elon, when he can drag himself away from his meme coins, has been popping satellites up into space for the last few years now. And this has threatened the business. This has threatened Virgin Galactic, but it doesn't make any sense. Why? Because there is more than enough space for more than one business to operate in this area. Look at Tesla, for example. Perfect example. We just mentioned Elon. So Tesla have led the way with EV vehicles. They were leading the way, and it took them a long time to do it. But there's a lot of businesses that are now popping up left, right, and center. Lucid, Neo, businesses that are really catching up and don't have to do the legwork that Musk had to do with Tesla. It's the same with Virgin Galactic for me. They've done all the legwork. They've done the hardest part of it. So naturally, other businesses are going to catch up. The legislation has been set. The rules and the laws have been set. The really difficult challenges have been overcome. And those become industry standards. And then as a result of that, other businesses can do the same sort of stuff. That's how we progress as a human race. Now, these 2 points, along with the fact that the next test flight has now been postponed until the end of next year, means that in reality, for the next 12 months, unless something spectacular happens, this stock is going to stagnate, and it could even go lower. But I'm still invested, and I will continue to still hold. And why? Because nothing has actually changed in this company. I invested into this company with the knowledge that it will be years before eventually turning a profit, with the knowledge that it may even be decades before it really became a business that reached its potential. And I think that this business could change the world. Yes, there's space tourism, but there's also research products. There's also space mining. There is also super fast global travel. And this business is going to be at the forefront of all of those developments. I absolutely do believe that. But don't forget, I could be wrong. I'm just some idiot on the internet, so please don't follow me blindly. Please do your own research. And that's what I meant by nothing has changed. The R&D continues forward. There remains hurdles that will need to be overcome, and space travel is extremely time consuming, and it's extremely expensive, and there's a hell of a lot of legislation that needs to be brought in place in order to make it work. But I knew that when I first invested, hence nothing has changed. So what am I going to do? Well, not much really. I'm going to continue to hold it, and I'm going to continue to conservatively drip into it over the coming months. And I'm only going to be conservatively dripping into it is because actually the weighting into this business within my portfolio is slightly higher than I would like it to be. So once I've rebalanced that, I'm going to continue to drip into it like every other business, and I'm going to continue to do that over the coming years, unless something fundamentally changes around this business's potential to drive revenue in the future. At the moment, I genuinely think it could be one of the businesses that is the most successful within my entire portfolio. Now, if you like businesses with great growth potential over the next few years, you gotta watch this video. It's a cracker. Thanks guys, see you again.